Hello everyone, I am Kapil Shah and you are watching weekly market analysis by FinLearn Academy. So इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे इस वीक में मार्केट का ट्रेंड क्या रहा था, आने वाले वीक में मार्केट की क्या डायरेक्शन हो सकती है, कौन से इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल्स हैं. इसके अलावा वी विल लुक एट सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक मोमेंटम एंड द मेन स्टफ दैट इज इन स्टॉक ऑफ द वीक. तो इस वीडियो को जरूर से अंत तक देखिएगा और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा. लुकिंग एट निफ्टी दिस वीक, निफ्टी ने इस वीक में 1.3% की नेगेटिविटी दर्ज की हुई है. बट इफ यू लुक एट द कैंडल्स फ्रॉम पास्ट 3 वीक्स वी आर सीइंग दैट कि मार्केट कंटिन्यूअसली अपने जो लो बनाते आ रहा है, दैट इज व्हाट इन 17,800 लेवल के यहाँ पे. एंड वेयर इज ऑन द हायर साइड we have seen a certain kind of the repetitive highs near about by 18,200 level or 18,300 level we can say. So 18,300 से लेके 18,000 17,800 that is what 500 पॉइंट की रेंज में हमने पिछले 3 वीक का ट्रेडिंग रेंज देखी हुई है. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी एमिनेंट दैट के दिस इज व्हाट अ रेंज बाउंड मार्केट. लेकिन रेंज बाउंड मार्केट में मार्केट का अंडरलाइंग टोन सीम्स टू बी इन काइंड ऑफ नेगेटिव. सो आई विल रेदर देन कॉलिंग इट सिंपली एज एन अ रेंज बाउंड मार्केट, आई विल से दैट इट इज इन अ नेगेटिव टू द रेंज बाउंड मार्केट. Why we are calling it as in a kind of a negative scenario? Because on the monthly chart if we see, market ने higher time frame के level पे it has formed the bearish engulfing pattern which is what on a negative implications. And before that कि जब भी market में पहले bearish engulfing pattern का situation form हुआ है, so let's say this was the bearish engulfing pattern, this was the bearish engulfing pattern, this was the bearish engulfing pattern. So there are repetitive instances that has happened from the past 20 years where whenever any kind of the bearish reversal candle pattern has formed, specifically bearish engulfing pattern at the top, it has a certain kind of negative implications. So this is what a monthly chart. Weekly chart पे हम अगर देखते हैं यहाँ पे, so prices has formed the dark cloud cover pattern over here and we are seeing certain kind of declining momentum. 70,800 level is a good support level. So let's say कि from past 1 time, 2 time, 3 time prices has taken the support, but लास्ट वीक में भी प्राइसेस ने यहाँ पे सपोर्ट लेवल लिया था. इट हैज पिक्ड अप इट्स मोमेंटम बट फेल टू मूव अबाउट द प्रीवियस हाई. एंड दिस वीक वी हैव अगेन सीन दैट कि व्हाट एवर द गेन दैट वी हैड इन अवर प्रीवियस वीक इट हैज erased off. So this is what a negative sign is that. But just to have the better conformity about the strong presence of the seller, Nifty need to move below 70,800 level to cause further negativity. तो हम यहाँ पे कह सकते हैं कि साइडवेज मोमेंटम चल रहा है फिलहाल 3 वीक से. बट एज फार एज मार्केट इज बिलो द 18,300 400 level, it is under the pressure. And once the 70,800 level is breaching, so it will cause a certain kind of the negativity. Now let's say कि 70,800 के नीचे मार्केट जाता है. So what are the important support levels that we have? So let's say कि the first support level we take the role reversal level जो पहले का support resistance level था. So it is likely to be support. And in history if I see that कि 70,400 के level के यहाँ पे in history there are certain kind of turning points are there. So 70,400 that is what your first support level, followed by ये जो inception point of rally रहा हुआ था 17,100 to 16,900 level, that is what a second best support level. So just to summarize, sideways to negative, bears will have a hold as far as market is below the 18,300 400 level. Moving below the 17,800 level cause the further negativity. On the downside 17,400 and 17,100 to 60,900, that is what a support level that we are having. So this is what the levels to look for in a coming week. Let's see how the things happens around the 7,800 level. Looking at a sector perspective, market is down by 1.3%, but there are some sectors ended on the positive side. So let's say public sector enterprise, its structure is good, and in this particular week, it is a top performing sector. We can say pharma, MNC, and FMCG. They have been in a rising market. They have been very reluctant to move on the high side. But this is what in defensive sector. जब भी market में कुछ एक weakness जैसे trend देखने मिलती है, so these sectors normally firms up. So यहाँ पे इस टाइम पे FMCG pharma में हमें थोड़ा सा ऊपर की और की traction देखने मिला हुआ है. Auto sector was also facing some sorts of weakness, but this week it has managed to close on the flat note. metals, and these are all the sectors on the minus side, but they have fallen less as compared to the market. If you look at another indices, like in the mid cap is that which is fallen by 0.3 percentage, small cap is that which is fallen by 0.76 percentage, and the Nifty 50 fallen by the 1.3 percentage. So it indicates that at this particular point there is a certain kind of more traction in a mid caps and a small caps are there, specifically the mid cap, because it has a more consistency of outperforming in a recent time as compared to the Nifty small cap. So this is what are the sectors which has tried to do well. Secondly, if I see the worst sector performance, so here we find that there is a crude and aluminum. So this has faced a good amount of selling pressure. They have risen up also quite well. But from a sector perspective, media, IT, services. So these are the common sectors that we keep on seeing. Reality is also one of that. They are continuously coming at in a bottom five or underperforming sectors. So in this particular week has become a more weaker kind of, and here there isn't certain amount of selling pressures are there. So these are the weak counters that we can see. In the Nifty IT, we have just observed one thing, and very much beautiful to observe this thing. So let's say here I bring up the Nifty IT yearly chart. It is in from year 2003 and we are into 2023. So it is almost 2 decades data is that. There is one peculiarity that we are able to see in the Nifty IT sector is that whenever there is a certain kind of declining momentum happen, it has lasted for the 2 years. So this is what the 2007, 2008, 2012, 2011, 12, 2015, 16 kind of thing. So we are seeing that there are two red candles are getting formed. So in a recent context also, we have seen the 2022 as a red color candle, and if we extrapolate this particular pattern into the recent context, so there is likely chance that Nifty IT is not going to be in that much great. It is not going to be a very much great year for the IT stocks. So let's see how the things pans out for it. But from a shorter term perspective, weak become a more weaker 70,800 level breaches. Then yes, these all sectors can have the negative implications. Looking at a stock perspective, we have seen that Nifty was down by 1.3 percentage, whereas in the IT sector is down by near about by the 2 percentage, which was in one of the weakest sector of the week as well. And from a past continuous time, we are seeing that there is some sorts of a selling pressure is that. So now we are taking a stock from the IT space only. In this space, we are looking at a Naukri.com. So this Naukri.com stock is under the symmetric triangle for almost a 170 trading sessions, and then it has given a breakdown on the lower side, and it kept on taking the reactions at its in a long-term moving averages. So already negative sector, negative stock, and many other peers as well. If you see that they are under the breaching the support level or some sorts of a selling pressure, and this stock is continuing in a bearish momentum. So after the steep declining momentum, there can be a certain kind of the upside moves or corrective upside moves that we can see, but this is what it's in a resistance level is that. So let's say 378 36872 3800 level can be considered as is in a resistance point, because these are the continuous support level earlier, so which will turn out to be the support. And once the price moves below this particular level, so which is past 2 to 3 times which has acted as support, so in this particular week we have seen the declining momentum below this. So this is what a bearish momentum that we can see. So not at a current momentum, but little bit on the corrections where we have the risk reward ratio near to 3800 level. This looks like a kind of good opportunity, and on the lower side we can see this is what the immediate support levels that we are having, which is around the 3500 level, or this is one another level that we can see 3430 level kind of thing. These are the potential support levels that we have. So this stock we can keep an eye on this, and let's see how the things unfolds in a coming week. So whatever the discussion that we did for the market, sector and stock perspective, everything is for the educational purpose. In our next video, that is on the Monday, in a strength analysis, we will deep dive into the sector performance, and within the sector what are the sub sectors and how the stock specific momentum is that. So please watch that video as well. For this video, thank you so much. See you in a next one.